once again for smiling with us. I am your guest host, Chritopher Nolan. Right, yes, so Miss Johanna Blunt, she went to the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts. That's where we met back in yesterday. And so I'm gonna let her share the many wonderful things that she does.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Johanna.
I'm so excited to be here. I think you're the most awesome host, and I'm so glad that you are doing this because you belong here.
Thank you.
I guess in a nutshell, I practice, perform, and study West African drumming and dancing, mostly dance. That is my home base. That is what I'm most trained in. That is what I love the most. And particularly, because when you say West African dance, that can mean a plethora of countries, right? Let's get it right. I study dance from Guinea, West Africa, and then I dabble in Senegal, in Ivory Coast, Mali, Burkina Faso, and all the countries surrounding the Guinea area. But I have my own drum and dance company that is comprised of all young black people just like me who grew up here in Los Angeles practicing these arts from birth, because our parents all do it. I also am a part of a nonprofit organization called Rhythm Arts Alliance, and in that organization we go into juvenile justice systems. We go to camps, we go to juvenile halls, we go to community centers, and we teach the art, mostly drumming, but we're starting to incorporate the dance into it as well. We have trouble getting boys to get up and dance, but we're trying to change that, because in West Africa and in most of Africa and all of Africa, dance is something that men definitely do.
Dance is something that men do everywhere.
Everywhere.
Dance is something that men do.
Absolutely.
Dance is very athletic. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're trying to get people to understand, especially young black people, young black men, that it is a form of self-expression, that it doesn't mean that you're feminine. If you do it, it can be feminine. It can also be very masculine.
Feminine, who cares?
But
You're still a boy. You're still a boy nonetheless. You know what
boy,
you're born.
girl, anything in between, it doesn't matter. It's a way to express yourself. And using the traditional rhythms and dances of West Africa is a way to fully express yourself and also to connect with who you are, where you come from, if you black. But if you're anything else too, because you know, science said we all came from there.
Yes, it does.
But we don't have to go into that.
We don't
That's
have to go there,
thing,
not today.
You know?
Maybe we'll keep that on the blooper part, but we can definitely go there on the After Smile show. You can follow me at CNolanLANYC, and we could talk about that. Okay? All right. So, speaking of which, she also said Africa. She just came back from Guinea and Senegal.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Let's clap to that for going back to the motherland. All right. So, how was that?
It was phenomenal. Now, so a lot of people think of maybe like a vacation or just a leisure and pleasure. It was nothing like that. Let me tell you, Guinea is in the top 10 of poorest countries in the world. Senegal's not quite there, but nobody in the world has as much money as the United States. Let's keep it real, right? And when we get into the western part of Africa, the poverty is really extreme. And the reason why I find it still to be so incredible and so phenomenal to go over there is you start to employ a completely different world of thought. Everything is so much more real, in my opinion. You start to really understand what a struggle is. Like these things that we're stressed about out here, bills and traffic and clothes and whatever,
it
those
just reeks
things.
of privilege, huh?
Oh my God, so much privilege here, so much. You really recognize how much privilege you have when you go outside and there's no paved roads, there's no 24 hours of electricity, when the water is not entirely clean to drink, when medicine is not just readily available, there's no McDonald's, there's no Rite Aid, okay? And all of these things sound like a nightmare to us here who are used to them. You get out there and you don't have any of these things, but you're not deprived. You actually are enriching your life. You really you start to practice gratitude and gratefulness and humility. And you start to really understand what living is and what true happiness and joy is. These people are so happy let me tell you, they know how to have a good time. I see these kids with a metal hanger, and that hanger is their best friend. That hanger is their weapon. That hanger is their cane. That hanger, they know how to take the simplest things in life and enjoy them and really have a beautiful time. So, I mean, aside from the drumming and dancing, just that aspect right there of finding joy and gratitude and happiness in truly and true things in life, the simplest things, you know. But on top of that, the drumming, the dancing.
What about the food?
The food. Okay, where I was, so Guinea and Senegal have very different foods. In Guinea, everything is spicy as, I mean, you take chili peppers and set them on fire and leave them out in the sun all day. Like, it was so spicy. Everything was so hot. And I would even tell them, no, make mine like not spicy, no spicy, no spicy. And they'd be like, oh no, it's fine, it's not spicy. That junk was like Tabasco mixed with sriracha, mixed with all of it. I'm not joking. You think I'm being funny, but.
All right, and we will come back, right back to you at Smile. As well, it's called America, written by Langston Hughes. And I have Keith Prater and Johanna Blunt joining me to perform. Please enjoy. Little dark baby, little Jew baby, little outcast. America is seeking the stars. America is seeking tomorrow. You are America, I am America. America, the dream. America, the vision. America, the star-seeking eye. Out of yesterday, the chains of slavery. Out of yesterday, the ghettos of Europe. Out of yesterday, the poverty and pain of this old, old world. The building and struggle of this new one. We come, you and I, seeking the stars, you and I. You of the blue eyes and blonde hair. I of the dark eyes and crinkly hair. You and I offering hands, being brothers, being one, being America. You and I, who am I? You know me. I am America seeking the stars. I am Crispus Attucks at the Boston Tea Party. Jimmy Jones in the ranks of the last black troops marching for democracy. I am Sojourner Truth, preaching and praying for the goodness of this wide, wide land. Today's black mother bearing tomorrow's America. Who am I? Dream of my dreams. I am America. I am America seeking the stars. America, hoping, praying, fighting, dreaming, knowing there are stains on the beauty of my democracy. I want to be clean. I want to grovel, no longer in the mire. I want to reach always after stars. Who am I? I'm the ghetto child. I am the dark baby. I am you and the blonde tomorrow. And still, I am my one soul self, America seeking the stars.
Hey everybody, I hope that you smiled today. My name is Johanna Blunt, and I am the artistic director and founder of Le Ballet d'Imbaya West African Drum and Dance Ensemble. We practice and perform West African music and dance together. All of the members of our group grew up together as brothers and sisters in Los Angeles, in the greater Los Angeles area. I personally am from Pasadena, California. Le Ballet d'Imbaya, that's L-E-B-A-L-L-E-T, ballet, and Dembaya, D-E-M-B-A-Y-A. That's our name on Instagram, at Le Ballet d'Imbaya. That's our name on Facebook, facebook.com/Le Ballet d'Imbaya. And look out for a website coming really soon, leballetdimbaya.com. Dembaya means family. Johanna Blunt, founder and choreographer of Le Ballet d'Imbaya West African Drum and Dance Ensemble.
And we're back on Smile and back to Guinea and their food and their spices.
Yes.
too spicy for you, right? Nah.
In Guinea, they love spicy food, but it's cleansing for them. So I understand.
But isn't spicy food cleansing for the palate?
Absolutely.
Anyway?
Yeah, no, it cleanses. They have a lot of things that they're fighting out there, lots of different bacteria, viruses, whatnot that we don't have here. And so they've got to keep spicy food in their diets. In Senegal, it's a different story. They have a lot of traditional dishes, lots of seafood, and I don't enjoy seafood, at least here in the States. I really don't like seafood, but when I am out there, that mess is so good. The fish is so delicious. They have a dish called chebujin, they have chebuyap, they have yassa, which is an onion dish, and oh my God, it's so good. Not to say Guinean food is not good, it's just so spicy. Oh my goodness, so spicy. But the drumming and the dancing
is what brought you out there.
Yes, that's really what I was there for. They drum and dance every single day. Every day. It is a part of their life. It is a part of the culture. It's not seen as some extracurricular art form. I mean, there are people that go and study it, you know, they have dance companies, so not really institutions where you can go and study like in a school, but they have dance companies and they go and they study and perfect their craft. But even before that, from birth, when you're born, there's a drum.
It's all a celebration. It's like a ritual. It's kind of like how some people go to church here.
Absolutely, yes. There's a spirit, there's an energy, there's a force, and it's elevated when you play those drums. The drums are made with animal skin. Excuse me, animal rights activists. Sorry, but you know, it's sacred. They eat. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that.
Well, but, we could talk about that on the After Hours show. Remember, like I said, follow me at CNOLENLANYC. We'll talk about it.
So the instruments have animal skin, which once was alive, right? The wood, it's made of wood, which once was alive. And they like to say that the spirit of these things is being brought forth through us playing them. And then when they dance, I mean, these are the strongest people I've ever encountered, and they just have so much energy. I really think that the dancing and the drumming keeps them from going crazy, because if they didn't have that, the conditions that they have to deal with, I'm telling you, they would go insane if they didn't have the art to release, you know, and keep it fresh.
But also I was thinking that's something that's so true for a lot of us, you know, anywhere. If we don't have dance and music, could you imagine the world without music and dance?
Okay.
It'd be so boring. I mean, it's just a way to keep us in our sanity, you know,
right.
to release other things. And also I feel like it could bring you closer to a higher power. You know, I don't want to say anything that's politically not correct this day and age in 2019 of America, but just saying, it gets you all the feels.
Absolutely, it's a natural high, for sure.
Speaking of which, of 2019 America, I wanted to know, because you are young, gifted, and black, to be young, gifted, and black in a 2019 America, very much different from a 2008 to 2016 America. What do you think it's like?
Okay, let's break that down. Young, gifted,
yes,
and black.
Hallelujah, yes.
Young, gifted, and black, okay?
In a 2019.
The combination of the three. I would say it is the most beautiful struggle. And I don't want to just classify it as a struggle. It's a beautiful thing, okay? In 2019, there's a lot of shifting that's going on, right? We still have racism, which is very prevalent, very alive and well, but it's being exposed now. We've got technology, we've got social media, we've got camera phones, and people are being called out on their stuff, and the world is able to see it now. So we're starting to make a bit of a shift where it used to be kept under the rug, or, you know, it wasn't as widely exposed. So being black today still has its struggles, but I believe we're pushing forward. We're getting much, much better than where our parents were, where our grandparents were. I don't want to say that we haven't made progress, because we certainly have. I have a lot of freedoms that my parents and that my grandparents did not have. So I definitely want to acknowledge, like, being Black is such a beautiful thing in 2019. Being young, we take our youth for granted so often, right? And now is the time that we really need to take advantage of the youth that we have. Being gifted, I was told once that when you have a gift, you're obligated to share it.
Yes.
You're obligated to spread that gift. God anointed you. If you believe in God, whatever it is that you believe in, the higher power anointed you with this gift. That wasn't your own doing, okay? If you were born with this, that's a higher power.
And you have to share it. That's the only way to honor it. You can't be selfish with it. You have to give it, you know?
It's a disrespect to you, and it's a disrespect to the higher power to not use and share your gift. So being young, gifted, and Black is a responsibility. It is a struggle, and it is beauty and
what's the
joy.
struggle? I mean, I know why I feel like it's a struggle. It's only because, you know, the young, gifted, and Black, it's such an honor.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's a struggle because some other parts of America view us as a threat just for our bare existence.
Yes.
So sometimes it feels as though you can't be as prideful as you want to be because it scares other people, and when they're frightened, then they react. So it's like you have to have all of this but not really show it, but still own it. It's a weird thing, but it's still beautiful, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
No way.
You know?
Not for the world. I think that, well, for people like you and I, our gift is in the arts. There are other people who are gifted in areas that are appreciated in the society, but our gift is something that is not appreciated in the society. Arts are usually the first thing that are cut from schools. Whenever there are budget cuts, arts are looked down upon. Like, if you tell someone that you're a dancer, it's, oh, okay, you don't have a real job or a real career, you know? And so that's the struggle, I think, is just in the way that it's perceived by America and by this society. But I think that being gifted is just, you know, I don't want struggle to be the number one thing. I want it to be understood that our life is not easy by any means.
No, it's not, but it wouldn't change it
but
either.
Not at all.
The struggle kind of makes
it
not more beautiful, but I mean, you can't have everything without having some little struggle. So it's like once you realize and can channel what your inner beauty is, then you can therefore authentically and unapologetically share it with everyone. And that's one of the beauties of,
that's right.
you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Okay.
Well, what is it that you would do for the rest of your life, even if it included no money?
Even if it included no money, I would be doing West African drumming and dancing. Can I say art? That's one thing,
you can say whatever
right?
you want. Art,
that's one thing.
I mean,
I would be painting, I would be sewing, I would be making jewelry, I would be singing, I would be playing instruments. That's one thing. Art.
Yes, art. Well, keep the art,
but
doing something artistic. You
honestly,
know, me too. Yes.
No, but I would be doing West African drumming and dancing, playing djembe music, and doing the traditional dances that go along with those rhythms. It's liberating, and it's therapeutic and intoxicating and everything, all with the most natural materials. I'm talking your body, your voice, and wood and skin.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that made me laugh. But when she said intoxicating, she meant the most healthiest, holistic way for my young viewers out there trying to intoxicate on water.
No, you can.
And your brain and your thoughts, okay? Yes, yes. So, I do want to talk about your drum and dance company because, and also you had mentioned that you do teach classes and stuff.
Yes.
What is the significance of our youth doing African drum and dance versus hip hop or jazz funk or tap, or what is the significance of knowing that?
I mean, there's so much in this answer, right? The significance of practicing traditional rhythms and dances. First of all, this is the mother of all of those things. It's always good to know about the original, whatever it is. If you see a movie that's a remake, go and see the original, okay? If you know someone, it's good to know their parents, the original. So West African drumming and dancing is thousands of years old, and it's undeniable when you hear it. It is the original. And it also, for young black children, it has to do with where we come from. It gives us a sense of identity, something to be proud of, history. We don't have much of that. Our history, they believe our history starts with slavery here. That ain't the truth. We come from kings and queens. And that is what you start to understand when you practice these rhythms and dances, and when you let go, and when you start to understand the technique, and that these rhythms were born out of everyday life, out of farming or childbirth or the full moon and high tide, things like that, right? I think it's very important to have a sense of identity, which was stolen from us upon arrival in this country, to put it nicely. Okay.
That's the nicest way to put it.
Nicest
We could
way.
smile on that one. So right, okay.
But yeah, I don't want to debunk hip hop or jazz or ballet. Those art forms absolutely are so important. I certainly am an advocate of all dance, but it is so important to understand original art forms. And I feel that West African movement is more adapted to our natural bodies. There's no pulling up, there's no turning out, there's no pointing your feet. There is a technique, okay, don't get me wrong. There's a right and a wrong way to do it, but I feel it's adapted more to our natural physicality. So, yeah.
That's a beautiful answer.
Thank you.
What is, because I know you're a young entrepreneur, as we both are, besties.
Hey.
I know over the years I had to change how I measured success. And I always thought it was about money and living in the biggest house, biggest mansion, having the finest cars. I mean, that's not to say that those things aren't success. That is success on a certain level. But I had to look back into my life and see all the things that I have done up until now and give myself a little credit that I am successful in my own right. What do you feel is the measure of success or equals success?
That's a tough one. I believe that it's relative. Everyone has a different idea of success. If success to you is a Ferrari and a mansion and gold and diamonds, I can't say, oh no, that's not real success, that's all fake. If that's what you wanted to achieve and you worked to achieve that, then I can call you successful. I think that's ultimately what it is. It's knowing what you want. It's working to get to what you want and achieving what it is that you want. So, you know, some people want money. Some people don't necessarily need or want money or fame. Some people just want to be able to practice their passion and make money for it. You know, or not make money, but at least sustain. Some people, there's all kind of ways to measure success. I think it really depends on the person. There's no one true answer for that. For me, success for me, I think it came, I mean, you know, it's still coming. I'm still working it out.
We never
I can honor.
We can always be successful and be even more successful.
And be a work in progress as well.
Like Oprah.
Right? That's right. Okay, I'm Oprah. You Oprah.
Hey.
Let's compare ourselves to Oprah.
If Oprah's watching this, you know,
hey, girl.
call me, girl.
Hey.
Hey.
No.
Tyler Perry, you too. Lee Daniels, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you call out Beyonce too while you
Beyonce.
All right.
Yes, Jay-Z. Nicki
Smith,
Minaj.
Jada. Anywho.
Will and Jada, yes.
No, I believe that I met success when I started to understand who I was, when I started to live in the goddess that I am and own the gift that was given to me. I didn't understand that I had a gift, that I had something special, and now that I'm starting to own that, now I'm feeling the success.
I want to speak on that when you said owning the goddess that you are, and that it's people need to understand that we all have these abilities, and if you live in your truths, your truest self, you know, don't try to live on your best friends, even though I love my best friends. You know, your truths are going to be different. So once you really dive into that, then you can access what your success is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what would you say to your 14, 15-year-old self?
Oh my goodness. So I have a condition called alopecia. That's why I'm bald. And I spent most of my childhood and teenage years without hair, without a full head of hair, and being so scared and so worried about what people would think and feeling so insecure. And I would say to my 14, 15-year-old self, stop it. Don't be so stressed over everyone. Half the people in high school, I don't even talk to them anymore. Besides you, it's maybe 2, 3 who I still speak with. And you know, aside from them, I would tell myself to don't stress so much about the rest of the world and focus on what makes you happy, you know? So
Yes.
that's for me, 15, 16-year-old self.
Well, I agree with that. Well, thank you so much, Johanna.
Thank
And
you.
once again, her company's name is Les Ballets d'Envaya. She's also one of the guest faculty members at Can Moves Dance Acting. I am your guest host, Chritopher Nolan. We're getting our summer intensive together right now, but you can join us at the 5K run with Help for Stroke on April 6th at PHS, racetrack. Chritopher Nolan, the founder and artistic director of Can Moves Dance. Okay, you can find me on my website at www.ChristopherNolanProductions.com. I also am the owner, artistic director, and founder of Can Moves Dance Worldwide. Actually, that's my Instagram handle, Can Moves Dance Worldwide. It's just Can Moves Dance and Acting. And we do summer intensives, and please be on the lookout because we will be in the Pasadena area. You'll also join us on April 6th at the 5K run sponsored by the Health for Stroke Foundation. Chritopher Nolan.
Never give up on your dreams.